You are 22 years old. You have $1,140 in a checking account. A job offer just landed. $1,847 a month after taxes. Entry level, nothing special. But it is yours. This is where it splits. Path A, the builder. It is Sunday night. You open a Roth IRA on your phone. The balance is zero. You put in $200. It feels like nothing. You do it anyway. You set it to repeat the day after every payday. Automated. Gone before you think about it. That is the point. Your rent is $740. A shared apartment. 2 roommates. You eat at home 6 nights a week. Not because you are disciplined, because the math says so. You build a spreadsheet. 3 columns. Income, fixed costs, discretionary. You look at it once a week. Then you close it and live your life. By the end of year 1, you have $2,400 in the Roth IRA and $1,900 in a high-yield savings account. Your emergency fund is the priority. You build it first. That order matters more than any number you put in. Year 2, a $2,100 raise comes in. You do not touch the lifestyle. You redirect it. The IRA contribution goes to $350 a month. You move everything into a total market index fund. Expense ratio, 0.03%. Set it. Leave it. At 24, the Roth IRA holds $9,800. The market dropped once. You watch the balance fall to $7,200 in 6 weeks. You bought more. Not from courage, from understanding. You knew what you owned. You enroll in the company 401k at the full employer match, 4%. Your employer matches it. You are not leaving free money on the table. Total monthly investment, $680 across the Roth, 401k, and brokerage. Every dollar automated, a fixed cost, not a sacrifice. At 27, you close on a duplex. Down payment, $21,500. Saved over 19 months. You never touch the investment accounts. Mortgage, $514 a month. Unit 1 rents for $725, Unit 2 for $710. After insurance, taxes, and a maintenance reserve, you net $614 a month. It is not passive. You answer calls, but the math is real. Path B, the spender. Same paycheck, same city, same kind of job. First week, you buy a car. 72-month loan, $387 a month. Insurance, $194. You needed the car. That part is true. The trim level was optional. Nobody told you not to. Nobody ever does. Rent is $980, a 1-bedroom. You eat out 4 nights a week. A bar tab Friday, dinner Saturday, Sunday brunch that costs $41. You open a savings account. You deposit $100. 3 weeks later, you transfer $80 back out for a concert ticket. By the end of year 1, you have $220 in savings and $1,340 in credit card debt at 24.99% APR. You pay the minimum. Year 2, same raise. You upgrade the apartment. New rent, $1,240. You buy a couch on a buy now, pay later plan. 0 interest for 12 months. You forget when the 12 months end. The interest kicks in retroactively. You did not read it. By 24, you have $4,200 in consumer debt across 2 cards. Car loan balance, $19,100. Savings account, $440. You have a plan to start an emergency fund next month. You do not. The gap. Age 24. Path A. $9,800 invested. $4,500 in savings. 0 consumer debt. Net worth approximately $14,300. Path B. $4,200 in credit card debt. $19,100 car loan. $440 in savings. Net worth approximately negative $22,860. The distance is $37,160. Same school, same job. The difference is $187 a month redirected and 4 decisions not made. Path A, ages 25 to 30. At 28, your Roth IRA and brokerage hold $47,200. The 401k has $22,400. Total invested $69,600. The compounding is quiet. It does not announce itself. New job at 29. Salary $74,000. You raise the 401k contribution to 9%. The lifestyle does not change. At 30, you close on a triplex. Net cash flow $820 a month. Between 2 properties, monthly real estate income is $1,481. Path B, ages 25 to 30. Salary grows to $52,000. The lifestyle grows faster. You take a trip to Cancun, $2,100 on a card you are already carrying a balance on. At 27, you have $6,800 in credit card debt. You contribute 2% to a 401k. The employer matches 4%. You leave 2% on the table. Over a year, that is $1,160 in free money you did not take. At 29, you pull $4,000 from the 401k. The penalty costs $400. Taxes cost $880. You receive $2,720. You needed $3,200. You put the rest on a card. The midpoint, age 30. Path A, $69,600 invested. $1,481 monthly real estate cash flow. Net worth approximately $134,000. Path B, $9,200 in credit card debt. $12,400 in car obligations. Net worth approximately negative $14,000. The distance is $148,000. The $134,000 Path A holds today becomes $537,000 in 20 years at 7% without adding a single dollar more. The negative position Path B carries costs money every month just to stay in place. Path A, the 30s. At 32, salary hits $82,000. You max the Roth IRA and the 401k. The brokerage gets everything left. At 35, Roth IRA $91,400. 401k $134,700. Brokerage $58,200. Real estate equity $119,000. Net worth approximately $403,300. A coworker asks how you did it. You tell him, a total market index fund, automated before you can see the money. He writes it down. Path B, the 30s. At 31, you roll the credit card debt into a personal loan at 11.9%. The cards clear. You do not cut them. By 33, 2 carry balances again. At 35, 401k $38,200. Credit card debt $11,700. No real estate, no brokerage, no Roth IRA. Net worth approximately $23,400. You are not in crisis. You are functional. You go to work. You pay the minimums. The month ends. The next one starts. Nothing moves. That is the thing about being stuck. It does not feel like drowning. It just feels like Tuesday. Age 40, the final split. Path A, Roth IRA $112,000. 401k $194,000. Brokerage $531,000. Real estate equity $231,000. Total net worth $1,068,000. Real estate produces $2,711 a month. Your wealth grows by $58,600 this year while you sleep. You have modeled the exit at 44. The math holds under every scenario. You have optionality. What you can do is simply larger than what you must do. Path B. Net worth $58,700. Checking $2,100. Savings $3,600. Rent is $2,040 and has increased every year for 8 years. You cannot buy a home. The credit card balance is $2,400. You are paying the minimum because the balance has been there so long it no longer feels urgent. You are not lazy. You are not foolish. You went to work every day. You paid your bills. You lived your life. But the system you built at 22 was a spending system, not a building system. And systems compound, both kinds. That is the only thing that was ever true. The distance at 40 is over $1 million. 18 years ago, they had the same $1,847 paycheck, the same Monday morning. One redirected $187 before the weekend. The other did not. The Tuesday after that decision still came. It always does, for both of them.